well, I do make wigs. So when I do have my wigs, I'm gonna throw my wigs on and I'm gonna strut as if I am a model and show what I got to give, you know, with this lifestyle, with this luxury, you know, it makes you feel exclusive, make you feel cute, whatever you feel when you throw on a wig. I hope you feel like that model.
Today on Be the Model, we introduce businesswoman and entrepreneur, hairstylist and law enforcement officer, Miami's own wig specialist and custom wigs dealer, the beautiful, amazing Rhoyal Wigs collection. Today on Be the Model, we're here with fashion queen, business owner, and the CEO of the Rhoyal Wigs collection line, Miss Lala.
Hello.
Hey Lala, thanks for joining us this morning.
Thanks for having me.
We appreciate it. We know the traffic is out there early in the morning.
Yes, Miami traffic sucks, but thanks for having me though.
For sure. So go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, what is it that you do, and how did you become the owner of your wig line?
Well, hello, I am Lala, and I am 26 as of last week.
Happy belated.
Yes, thank you. Rhoyal Wig collection. I started in like 2 years ago, 2019. Believe it or not, I've been doing hair since I was like 11. About 11, 12, yeah. I can remember as early as like getting my hair done. My mama paid for me to get my hair done, and it would last a week because I would take it out and try to redo my hair. So that's where me coming into learning how to do hair came about. But yeah, Rhoyal Wig collection started 2 years ago. The word Rhoyal, it's not spelled like your regular royal. It's RHOYAL, and I got that from the sorority that I am in. I am a Sigma Gamma Rho sorority.
Say that again.
I'm a part of Sigma Gamma Rho sorority incorporated. I am a poodle, and my colors are royal blue and antique gold, as you can see. It does look nice. But yeah, when it came about, I wanted something to give to females as I wanted you to feel like a queen. Right. But I wanted to provide wigs for, well, quality wigs for working women like me that don't have the time to go to the hair salon, because you be sitting there, your appointment be at 1 o'clock. Your hair don't be done till 5 o'clock. So especially if you have things to do, you have children to tend to, whatever you have to do. So I made glueless wigs. You just throw them on, throw them off like I always do. I be in my car. I'm telling you, I be as soon as I get off of work, my wig be my passenger because it comes off and on like that. It's very simple, very easy. And I just wanted to provide wigs for quality working women that, you know, ain't got the time to be sitting in nobody's shop
all day. Okay. Well, you look very nice today. You got royal blue on. Why don't you stand up and let's see your outfit for the day.
Favorite color. Thank you. It has to be my favorite color as well. But yeah, royal blue is a color of royalty.
Okay.
Looking like a queen.
So question, what's going on with the wig craze today? I remember when I was young, wigs were associated with like my mom or older people in the church.
The older people,
and younger women would have like their hair done like kind of naturally, but all of a sudden it's like even kids in elementary school, middle school, everybody has a wig. So what do you think transitioned to that and made that happen, like for the new culture now? Like it's like almost a wig culture basically.
I guess you can say the look of the wig, they don't look so wiggy.
Yeah, they don't look like they used to.
They don't look like they used to look. They don't look like Barbie doll wigs, you know, because your grandma wig was all, it looks stiff.
So let me ask you, what technique made it look more like it's real now?
First, that actually helps with the technique of making it look like real hair is actually using human hair.
Oh, real hair.
Yeah, using real quality hair doesn't give you that shiny, like synthetic gives off a shiny look. Even though real hair does give that shiny look, it's not as shiny let me not say that. Synthetic gives off a plasticky.
Plastic.
That's what it is.
Fake.
Yeah, it looks fake. So as of right now, what makes women nowadays actually more into the wig culture is more natural, and then you have to do that by making sure you pluck your knots. You know, give it a hairline.
Pluck your knots. What's a knot? You got knots in your head or something?
See, this is a 2x6 closure. Each closure that is made, wherever it's made from, which I'm actually learning now, is how to actually make a closure. And you use a ventilating tool, which you take strands of hair, and you take this little needle and you put them through this lace. And the knots depends on how much hair you use. The more hair you use, the bigger the knots will be. The less hair you use, you know, the smaller.
What you mean?
Basically, like these little, you see how like these little black dots? You just basically put the hair through the lace,
like
and then you tie it
like it's coming
like a
directly
knot
from your head.
Yeah, so you tie it like a knot.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what the knots are. But what makes it more natural is you pluck them, so you give it a hairline.
Yeah,
Not everybody has these. Well, other than men, you know, when you get your little edge up, it's all thick, but not everybody has a thick hairline, and that's what makes a wig more wiggy. So you have to make sure you pluck it, take some of that hair out, and then you bleach this closure. And when you
so the term there's a term called bleaching the knot.
Yeah, bleaching the knots, which gives you that natural look, because it gives off a brassy look. So when it gives off that brassy look, it blends more with your skin. And that depends as well as the lace that you're using. If you're using like a transparent lace, HD lace, it helps with the blending.
I ain't know that all that went into a wig.
Yeah, wigs itself it's a craft.
When we were younger and it was talking about horses missing their hair, did they actually use horse hair? I'm confused. If you got horse wigs and synthetic,
it's synthetic fibers. It's no horse hair. It's just the synthetic fibers.
Okay, so the horse hair was just like a joke, something they used to do.
Because horse hair feels better than like synthetic.
But we don't use horse hair for real. We just use real.
I don't know why it was a term.
Yeah, because back in the day,
used to say that, but I don't know why they were saying horse hair. But yeah. No, ain't no horsehair in this. But what makes a wig look natural is first using quality hair, which is human hair, which you can get.
I can see yours look real simple.
Yeah, you can get Indonesian hair, Vietnamese hair, Indian hair, Chinese virgin hair. They have all different type of quality.
Chinese virgin hair.
Yeah, but those are you can get it from China. You can get it from Indonesia.
Why they call it virgin hair?
It's not as processed. Yeah. It's not as processed, not much used.
The
word virgin is clean. It's not, you know, it doesn't have that much going on. So that's what it's a virgin hair. Yeah, it's not
virgins. Virgin hair.
It's not dipped in chemicals. It's just basically they usually have villages. You cut them off somebody's head, you wash them, let them air dry, and bam, that's virgin. But then what takes it out of the virgin category is when you get the hair, you cut it, then you end up because everybody's hair is not like this, you know what I'm saying, unless you're a mixed culture or whatever, but not everybody has natural curly hair. So for this hair to get curly the way it was, it had to be manipulated, which had to be dipped into chemicals for it to get for it to perm or steam for it to get curly. Because naturally when they get hair from China, ain't no Chinese people with no curly
they got straight hair,
curly hair like this. They usually take their hair and
it's be Chinese people, Asian people's hair, and they make it look like
and when they start off like this is a bundle that I have, which is a bundle that is wefted. But it's on these wefts. It's like on a track.
Okay.
It's on a track. But the beginning process, like I say, if you had long hair, I would just put your hair in a simple ponytail, like how I'd be right here at this ponytail, and then I would just cut your hair off right here. And that's called bulk hair.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a bulk of hair. It doesn't have a track on it. It's the most cleanest virgin hair you can get because it hasn't touched anything. It hasn't gone through no chemicals,
well,
no nothing.
You know your hair.
So this is on a weft. And after, they cut it off, they put it under a sewing machine and they put them on weft so you can be able to sew it into your hair. So you can be able to be, make it into a wig.
You gotta have a whole class on this.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
So what inspired you basically to get into wigs, to start creating wigs? Were you always just a hair fanatic? Like, what was the inspiration behind that?
When I moved to Miami 2014. I moved down here for college. And I was always used to, from Fort Pierce, Florida. Okay. You know, small city, still in Florida, but Fort Pierce, Florida. My best friend always did my hair. So I never had to worry about paying nobody to do my hair. And then I got down here and I tried to have somebody do my hair. And they're like, yeah. $300. I'm like, for what?
$300.
It caught me on back. I'm like, first of all, I've never paid to do my hair, so I was like, oh no, something gotta give. And that's when I started to learn how to do sewings. And from sewings, I'm like, let me make a wig. Yeah. And I made a wig, and I wore it to work. At the time, I was working at Home Depot, and somebody commented on it. I was like, oh, thank you. I made it. Yeah. And they were like, oh, really? Can you make me one? And I was like, sure. And that was when it started. But before that, while I was in college, my college roommate, which is my best friend today, her name is Carmen. Mm-hmm. When I used to make my own wig, she always used to tell me, girl, you know, this could be some good money because you in college. Right. College girls
ain't nobody got no money, so they need them wigs.
They have money, them refund checks. You got free money to spend.
Yeah. You got that money.
You got free money to spend, so why not? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You got that free refund check money, why not go buy you some bundles?
Right.
I don't know if you ever heard of imposter syndrome.
Imposter?
Yeah, imposter syndrome is like you see so much people already doing it. So it's like, why am I gonna go? You know what I'm saying? Now I'm just another person doing the same thing. So I don't want to be like an imposter and go, you know, do the same thing. So I was like, nah, I don't want to do that. Everybody's selling hair. Everybody. She's like, just do it. And then from that time when that person asked me to make them a wig, that's where it started from. And I was like, let me go from there. And I made one wig and somebody complimented me. But then it's times where somebody asks like, oh, your hair is nice. I'm like, oh, thank you. And I don't mention anything of I'm the one that made the wig, I'm the one that does this, but I had to grow out of that as well because I used to be like, oh, okay, thank you, and go about my business. And then my friend would be like, girl, you just missing out on money right now. How you just
your friend was the hustler. She
was always the one egging me on. Like,
shout out to your friend.
Yeah, shout out to Carmen because trust me, I wasn't trying to do it. And then when I did start making wigs, and I was like, this is more money I'm making at work.
Right,
right. I have to go, you know what I'm saying? So I was just like, let me just keep it going. And when people would ask, I would say it was a hobby. It's just like that's something I like to do in my spare time, but it was something I actually enjoyed doing. Like I would get off of work and I'd be like, what wig I'm gonna make today?
Right. You more happier about
getting off of work to make a wig. And I'd be up 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, or 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning watching videos of like different hairstyles.
So you actually make the wigs?
Yeah. I make them first. Like I said, I buy the bundles, which would be this. So something like this.
Right.
This is a 14-inch.
Do you have to sew something together?
Yeah, I use my sewing machine. When I first started making wigs, I hand sew. Like when you're doing a regular sewing, you just sew it into the head. That's how I did it.
But when you charge more for hand sewing?
But when I did that hand sewing, it took forever. It probably took me like 2 hours to make a full wig. But on my sewing machine, which I don't have today, it takes me literally like 20 minutes on the sewing machine.
So with that, you know, like when people hand make stuff, they call it like a better, I don't know, it's quality, but it's custom.
Yeah, it's still custom.
So people charge more for that?
Yeah, people usually charge more. Like this, it's custom because it's made, it started off like this.
Right.
I take a wig cap, and then I take bundles and a closure, and I use my dome head. I usually just
a dome head. What's a dome head? Hold up.
You're right. And I don't have none of these things that I'm asking about. I don't have none of them. It's basically a canvas head. It's a head that's shaped like a human head, which are made for, you know, to make wigs on, which you could take the measurements. All the canvas heads though have different sizes because not everybody
got different sizes.
The same size head. They go from 19 to 24. So we
24.
go from, that's big head.
That's a big head.
But it's the circumference of your head. You start off with the circumference of your head, and then you go from there. The average head size is a 22.
So with the on the news lately, we heard about the woman with the Gorilla Glue on her wig.
I don't know why she did that.
Glue these wigs? I mean, do you use a special, like, you use glue to hold the wigs together? Or is that actually go on your scalp? And are wigs basically good for the scalp, or like, just tell me about that? Like, and is there a special way to take care of wigs?
Usually that Gorilla Glue thing, I don't know what that lady had going on. Clearly it tells you not to use it on skin, but you know, whatever. But yeah, it's all different type of adhesives that you can use. They have clear glue. Sometimes it comes out white, and then when it's ready to put on, it dries to a clear consistency.
And the glue, basically, it attaches.
It attaches to the lace, and it allows it to, well, your skin and the lace, so it allow it to stick and to stay on your head. So it kind of glues, it meshes it together. The when you're doing it, and you don't want it to be wet because it's not gonna stick and it's not gonna blend. Right. But the wigs that I make, I don't like wearing glue in my hair, so they're a throw on and go. So that's where the measurement and the custom part comes in, because I make sure that I get your head size, so when you put it on, it fits like a glove. You don't have to worry about putting no glue on. All thing you have to worry about is just you just braid your hair down, put it on and go. Because like I said, I make wigs for people that are working. You know, somebody that likes to go. I go to the gym, but imagine wearing a wig and you got glue all on your head. You gotta always have, and you're sweating in the gym. That's not gonna last long. And now you don't pay somebody $200 to put this on your head and it ain't gonna last a week, because you know what I'm saying. So I make them to where you could.
That's a plus.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I can just wear my natural hair to the gym, put it on, and take it off, and then when I get home, I can just put it back on with no problem, and I'm not. You know,
ladies,
saves you money.
Can work out and go to the gym with these wigs. So that's great.
It saves you money, but yeah, they're glueless. The glue, you can put glue if you want to. You know, some people, they don't know that much about wigs, so they go on and off. So the easiest way they'll do is just glue it down, and I just do it from there, and I just comb it out. But yeah, it starts off as these, and then I make it, I sew it, get your measurements, sew my closure down first. That's what I usually do. I sew this down first, and then I use my sewing machine, and I get everything else together. So it takes like 20 minutes.
So when they go on your website, you just got them labeled, listed to certain sizes, certain colors.
Each wig has a name. This is Lucy.
Right.
Each wig has a name. Anytime I make one, especially if I make a wig for the first time that my friends ask me to make, and I haven't made it before, usually I'll name that wig after them.
Oh, after the friend.
Yeah, so like.
So you got a friend named Lucy?
Yeah, no, not Lucy. I have a wig named Tammy, which is one of my best sellers.
Oh, okay.
But I got that from my line sister. Her name is Tammy.
Oh, okay.
And she likes to wear long, straight wigs. She likes to wear long hair. She's a diva, so that wig is my diva wig. So I named it Tammy. Okay. But usually, if somebody asks me to make a wig I haven't made before, I usually name it after
the person. Okay.
After
what if they got a crazy name?
I try to find something simple, whatever. But yeah, when you go to the website, it just shows every different style by its name, its size. You can get the same thing like this, but you can get it longer. So it's all on there.
And so tell us, basically, where can we find you? What's your website? And basically, how do they go by purchasing the wigs on your website? Okay,
you can find me at on Instagram at Rhoyal Wig Collection, Facebook Rhoyal Wig Collection as well. On Twitter, you can find me at Rhoyal Wigs. My website is www.com. www.rhoyalwigs.com. And usually I promote on social media. So when somebody does see a wig or they're inquiring about a wig, if it's something that I haven't made and that you've seen, you're like, oh, I like this wig, can you make it? No problem. I usually charge by the lengths of because you know each length is a different price. So from whatever you want, depending on the closure, this is like the smallest closure you can get, the 2x6, which is 2 inches going this way and then 6 inches going back. But the standard one that everybody usually uses was like that I have on is a 4x4. So you're just like, okay, I want a 4x4 closure, straight, 20 inches. I'm like, okay. So you, depending on if you sign up on my website, if you go to my website, you'll be able to sign up and receive 10% off your first purchase. And from there, I have your information. So if you email me, message me like, hey, I would like this wig, I will tell you, okay, I'll send you an invoice. So I'll just go by sending in an invoice, and then you go over if it's perfect for you, if you want to add any details, like if it's this wig, I want to order this, but I want to highlights. So in the description, you'd put, you know, whatever you wanted in the description. So in the description, I ask you what size your head is. If you want an elastic band, like this one does. Well, this one has one in it. So like when I make my wigs, I'll ask you, this what makes it, helps it Glueless,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Instead of having to put the glue on. So I asked you, do you want an elastic band? Do you not want an elastic band? Like this one, you can wear it without an elastic band because it comes with the straps on the inside already. But
okay, so it's pretty secure.
Yeah, it's pretty secure. It ain't nothing flying off.
You gotta put this cap on first.
Yeah. Usually, like with me, I'm trying to get my. I try to get my.
I know Lucy got to wear
flat
like
as
this.
possible. Nah, that's just to hold it down. Just to hold it down. But with me, I try to get mine flat as possible because due to the fact that my natural hair is locks. But usually, all you have to do is just braid your hair down, throw on, and go. And I promote glueless wigs because it allows you to actually take your wig off every night. You gotta oil your scalp because getting a sew-in or getting a lace front, you don't have that opportunity where you could just take your wig off and moisturize your skin, only moisturize your scalp. So this gives you the opportunity to do that, which promotes hair growth. You know what I'm saying? And then that goes where the glue comes in, because if you're actually secure and you actually do what you need to, the process that you need to do when you're laying that glue, you still have your edges.
Right. Okay. Gotcha.
Keep it
Hopefully. Okay. So where do you see yourself in the next 10 years?
The next 10 years, believe it or not, well, my goal for right now, the next 5, I do want to be a ghost wig maker, which means I make wigs for like other companies that are big wig makers as well, but they don't have the time to make their own wigs, so they source out people to make wigs for them. So that's a goal of mine, to actually make wigs for, you know, big name time companies that don't have the, even though they probably have production companies, but that's another thing. They're not going to be custom. They're going to be factory made. And a factory made wig on the inside is completely different from a custom made wig, because in a factory made wig, it's just one size. They always say one size fit all, which is not true because, like I said, everybody has different circumferences in their head. But that's one of my goals, is to be a wig maker for other kind of companies.
Are there any other business ventures besides wigs that you're trying to plan on getting into? Maybe?
Yeah, believe it or not, real estate is a thing that I want to get into. And I got a passion in that from working at Home Depot. Believe it or not, I'm a very, even though I look a little dainty and everything, I'm a very hands-on type of girl. I like to build stuff. I like to build benches. I like all that, like home repair, putting down some tile, knocking down some walls. That is me. So this is actually a stepping stone to allow me to build capital, so I can be able to start to invest into real estate.
Okay, and do you have any regrets so far up until now?
Starting late. I wish I would have started when I was in college. Like I said, and I lived on campus. It's money everywhere. I used to be coming from track meets and everything, coming from track practice, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. You pass by somebody's room, they doing their hair at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. So I was like, I missed out on a lot. I missed out on a lot of money because I started late. And I should have started in college, but it's okay.
Should have listened to your best early.
It's okay, but as long as I did it, that's the only thing that matters. I did it. So
okay, so what advice would you give any young lady out there who's trying to follow in your footsteps to create maybe their own wig line as well? What advice would you give them?
With me, I started off with YouTube. YouTube is a big
godsend.
For everything. You can learn anything on YouTube. But YouTube, I started off on YouTube, and like I said, I make my wigs on a sewing machine. I never use a sewing machine a day in my life.
Wow.
and I literally probably I messed up with 2 of them before I actually learned because I was asking for help. You know, people. You ask them for help, you want to ask them a question, they're like, here's the invoice, $200 just to ask this one question. And I'm like, dang, I just don't know what inch to put it on. That's all I want to know is what inch for me to put a sewing machine on. So start with YouTube. And then, because after a while, it's so much free learning you can get. You know what I'm saying? So then after a while, you actually have to pay somebody to help you, to teach you. And most people, they're hands-on learners. I'm somebody that's hands-on. So watching those videos, it did help because it just allowed me to see what I needed to do. You know, it got me comfortable enough, but I need to actually see you do it, and then I come behind you and do the same thing. I need to touch, I need to feel, I need to do that. So if somebody's starting their own wig line, their own wig company, I would say start off with YouTube, and then find somebody trustworthy. Do your homework. Like, you know, it's people around here that say they do, but they really don't. You have to actually do your homework on that person and make sure, okay, I'm giving you $1,000. Am I getting $1,000 worth of knowledge? And then just go from there. Just everything that you will learn, apply it, and put it out into the world. And don't be scared. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. That's what I gotta say. Don't be scared.
And if you could meet any two people, dead or alive, who would those two people be? Someone you can have a chat with, pick their brain. Who would two people be?
Man, two people that are alive. I cannot remember this lady's last name. I'm sorry, but her first name is Courtney. You probably heard of her line. It's called The Main Choice. It's shampoo. She has a hair care product line, so it sells shampoos, conditioners. Even she has a line for like men as well.
The line is called what?
The Main Choice.
The Main Choice.
The Main Choice. MANE. Yeah. And I followed her from when she first started, like her hair care journey to like where she is now, and it's just like, I need some gems, man. I need you to drop me some knowledge, like what to do, how. If it's anybody, she's one of the people that I would
Courtney.
Talk to. Yeah, Courtney. I cannot remember her last name. It's an African last name, so that's why I can't remember it right now. But she's one of them, and then a second one. She's actually in marketing, and her name is Ashley Ann.
Ashley Ann?
Yes.
Okay.
Ashley Ann. She's actually my soror too. But her name is Ashley Ann, and she's helped millions, not millions, but she helped a couple hundred become millionaires. And that's on selling their products, like learning how to.
I think she's a light skinned lady.
She's a light skinned lady. Yeah. She gives me vibes, and she's like one of the people. Like if an audience, I guess you can say your target audience, she would be one of the people that I would like to actually sell my wigs to, because her lifestyle is the lifestyle I would want. I see my customers wearing. You know what I'm saying? The lifestyle that she lives, that's the type of people that I see wearing my wigs. You know what I'm saying? So with her, but she's full of knowledge. She's educated. She has her own business. She started off with her own company and doing weddings. So she would decorate. That's what she was doing, her decorating business. And then she went into marketing and helping brands, no matter if it was a physical product, if it was a digital product, she was going to help you with that. So those are the two people, you know. If I'm meeting somebody, I need you to help me stimulate this brain to make me some more money.
So Courtney and Ashley Ann.
Yes.
All right. And to get off topic, going political questions now. How do you feel about the Black Lives Matter movement? How do you feel about what's going on in the news today? Just lately, there was 2 young men shot and killed. I believe an officer thought she pulled out a taser.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And shot a young man. I mean, what advice would you give black men now growing up and how we have to deal with these situations?
It's crazy because with our black men, it's like I can't even step out. Well, not me, but you can't even step out your house and actually be comfortable. I think I seen a video the other day with the dude. He was walking in his neighborhood, and I think he was a sergeant in the army or something. And he was harassing the dude. Like,
that's 2 different.
Well, why are you here? He was like, I live here. Like, I can't even walk in my own.
I haven't seen you before.
You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I haven't seen you before either. Like, I can't even step outside my own house and not fear somebody questioning me because I don't look like you or we don't share the same skin like that. It baffles me. It's crazy. It's crazy. But especially with the Black Lives Matter movement, that's just a whole different thing, and that's a lot. Because they do have different charters in different states, you know, and they show, okay, we're for Black lives, but at the end of the day, these families, I feel like, you know, they end up using these families to make to monetize off of them. You know what I'm saying? You know, and some of these families actually want to help their community, make community centers. And I'm asking you, BLM, that's supposed to be helping me support, you know, police brutality for my child that got killed, and I'm asking you probably for a grant for some money, and you're telling me I ain't got nothing for you. Right. But you're using my child's face to make money, but you ain't got money for me. Like that, it makes no sense to me.
So
like,
do you feel like it's the cops themselves who need better training?
Oh yeah. Or better training and
because they're pulling these triggers quick.
It's too quick, and that's showing me you have fear. First of all, fear was the first thing that stepped out when you stepped out your car. You were already scared. You know what I'm saying? So the training needs to be, I think when they go through like 9 months, I don't know. They need to be like a year or something, and they need to have like
community service. I think they need
that
to
too
be in the community more.
And that too,
so they can get to understand each other. Like, because you just put on a uniform and then you go out here and you interact with people you never interacted with.
And the crazy thing is, in a positive way, you patrolling in neighborhoods that you never even rolled through a day in your life. You know what I'm saying?
Off duty, like not off duty, but some silk plain clothes stuff. Like you need to go plain clothes and interact with these people. Because as long as you putting on this uniform, you already assume that authority thing. But it ain't all about just authority. It's about humans. You know what I'm saying? So if they interact human to human, then maybe they'll see them as humans, and then they won't be doing, you know, the.
Because to be that scared, even if someone is running away in the opposite direction, and you feel like I gotta kill this guy. He's running. I mean, it's
you ain't never interact with him.
To me, that's training that needs
to
train.
Yeah, it needs to.
Yeah.
Like,
and you always say a 2-month block where you just go in the community and just
it has to be
interact with people. Just get some better people skills. Because that's what it is.
It's people skills. It's people skills. That's all it is. That's all it is.
It's the problem across the whole thing.
Country, And you know, they always say, well, when I was in high school, I had a criminal justice teacher. She was a correctional officer. And then she became a sheriff officer. And she always told me, if you do become a police officer, just remember, I advise you to become a CO first. Because you learn to actually how to deal with people.
Exactly.
You know how to talk to people.
Interpersonal skills.
You learn interpersonal skills. So when you are out on the road, you know how to interact with people. You know what to look for. You know, okay, this is a mental person that I'm dealing with. Because in a jail, you deal with all type of people. Police officers, this is my first time dealing with you when I'm arriving on scene, so I don't know if you're mentally ill. I don't know none of that, and I see you as hostile and agitated, and I'm thinking you might do something to me, but I might just be mentally ill people. Sometimes they're agitated, and you know what I'm saying? And they overreact, but
and the people overreact to their overreaction.
So you know. And final question: what does Be the Model mean to you?
Be the Model means to me. What Be the Model means to me is, well, I do make wigs. So when I do have my wigs, I'm gonna throw my wigs on and I'm gonna strut as if I am a model and show what I got to give. You know, if it's lifestyle, if it's luxury, you know, it makes you feel exclusive, make you feel cute. Whatever you feel when you throw on a wig, I hope you feel like that model. I hope you feel like that model, but I do want everybody to feel like a model when they throw their wigs on. So every style has a different mood, you know. Short, I feel like it's more like I'm going to work in an office. Long and curly, I could be laid out on somebody's beach getting wet right now. Every wig has a mood, but yeah, Be the Models. Just get up what you got and strut.
Okay, well, there you have it. That was great. Great interview. We have Miss Lala here with Rhoyal Wigs Collection. Follow her, check out her website, Rhoyal Wigs Collection. Rhoyal Wigs.
www.rhoyalwigs.com, and it's Rhoyal. So RHOYAL and regular wigs, like I said.
Okay. Check out the website. Order a couple wigs from her. Follow her on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
Yes, and subscribe to my website. That gives you 10% off.
Okay.
You know, your purchase, and whenever you order, we do have a membership program. So whenever you order, it helps deduct from off of the price of your next wig.
Okay. So you got like a reward program.
Yeah. So when the more wigs you buy, like I said, the first person that bought a wig from me online, let me say that. was a random person from Ohio. I ain't see this lady. To this day, she's bought over 10 wigs for me, and I've not seen that one wig on her head. But, you know, somebody like that's bought multiple wigs, you end up getting incentives, you know, and if you refer somebody, it's like, okay, girl, I got you.
Right.
Take another little $100 off your wig. So.
Yeah.
But yes, check out my website. Check me out on Instagram, follow, subscribe, and thank you.
Thank you.
All right, well, don't forget to subscribe to the Be The Model channel on YouTube.com. Be The Model, be great, rock your wigs, be stylish, be unique, and subscribe. Be The Model.
Be the model.